Now then, what's up with thee? I still love that bit. Welcome again to Steelcityman channel, and this is the COVID-19 vlog number 4, I think it is. Vlog number 4 of poetry recitals to entertain you in the lockdown. I've done one or two quite serious ones, sort of profound messages and what have you, but this one, well, yesterday's were quite witty, but this one proper makes me laugh. So if I start laughing halfway through it, please forgive me. It was written by a guy called Marriott Edgar. They were born in 1880 and died in 1951. They were born in Kirkcudbright in Scotland, so he were a Scots poet, scriptwriter and a comedian as well. And he's best known for writing monologues of the type made famous by people like Stanley Holloway. And this is one he wrote for Stanley Holloway, who was a performer around music halls. He's even been on, I remember him as a kid watching him on Sunday night at London Palladium, quite a topical variety show in its day. So here we go, it's called The Lion and Albert. It were written for Stanley Holloway, who were a Lancashire bloke. So I'll try and read it in Lancashire vernacular, but I might just stray back into Yorkshire, which is, I think, is a lot more velvety. Right, The Lion and Albert by Marriott Edgar. There's a famous seaside place called Blackpool that's noted for fresh air and fun. And Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom went there with young Albert, their son. A grand little lad was young Albert, all dressed in his best, quite a swell, with a stick with an horse's head handle, the finest that Woolworths could sell. They didn't think much to the ocean, the waves they was all fiddling and small. There were no wrecks and nobody drowned, in fact nothing to laugh at all. So seeking further amusement, they paid and went into the zoo, where there were lions and tigers and camels, and old ale and sandwiches too. There was one great big lion called Wallace, and his nose were all covered in scars. He lay in a somnolent posture, with the side of his face on the bars. Now Albert had heard about lions, how they were ferocious and wild. To see Wallace lying so peaceful, well, it didn't seem right to the child. So straight away the brave little fella, not showing a morsel of fear, took his stick with the horse's head handle and pushed it in Wallace's ear. You could see that the lion didn't like it, for giving a kind of a roll. He pulled Albert inside the cage with him and swallowed the little lad whole. Then Pa, who'd seen the occurrence and didn't know what to do next, said, "Mother, yon lion's et Albert." And Mother said, "Well, I am vexed." Then Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom, quite rightly when all's said and done, complained to the animal keeper that the lion had eaten their son. The keeper was quite nice about it. He said, "What a nasty mishap. Are you sure that it's your boy he's eaten?" And Pa said, "I'm sure, there's his cap." The manager had been sent for. He came and he said, "What's to do?" Pa said, "Yon lion's et Albert, and him in his Sunday best too." Then Mother said, "Right, young fella, I think it's a shame and a sin for a lion to go and eat Albert, and after we've paid to come in." The manager wanted no trouble and he took his purse out right away. Said, how much to settle the matter? And Pa said, what do you usually pay? But Mother had turned a bit awkward when she thought where her Albert had gone. And she said, no, someone's got to be summoned. So that was decided upon. Then off they went to police station in front of the magistrate chap. They told him what happened to Albert and proved it by showing his cap. The magistrate gave his opinion that no one was really to blame, and he said that he hoped the Rams Bottoms would have further sons to their name. At that Mother got proper blazing, and thank you kindly, sir, said she. What, waste all our lives raising children to feed ruddy lions? Not me. There you go, I thought it was funny anyway. And I'll tell you something else about that. I was kind of researching background to it, just for amusement's sake. And I discovered that, I'd never known this, but I discovered that there was a sequel. And in this sequel, Albert gave Wallace the lion indigestion, and it spewed him back up again. And Albert come back, just as Prudential Man were paying him out their insurance. That's quite funny as well. I'll do that one day as well. In fact, I might do a sequel tomorrow, kind of a follow-on. So that's about it. A bit of comedy. I can see now Stanley Holloway doing his monologues. He did one about an infantryman called Sam. It's also the name of our head gardener here. He's busy earwigging. And he's on parade just before the Battle of Waterloo. And Sergeant goes past him and knocks his musket out in his hands. And he says, Sam, pick up the musket. And Sam, against all convention, says, no, thou knocked it out my hand so thou can pick it up. Oh my God, probably got hung if you'd have said that in real life. Or probably flogged and hung. Anyway, it turns out that even Iron Duke comes in end, Wellington himself, and he asks Sam right nicely to pick it up, and of course Sam does, being a nice lad. And then they went off to Waterloo and stuffed the French. So there you go. Bit cooler today, but that nasty COVID-19's still knocking about. So up yours, COVID-19. Stay safe, people. I don't know how long I've done, but it should be enough for a quick vlog. Stay safe, obey the rules, and I'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully. Thanks a lot. Still love that bit. Catch you later.